Greetings. I've got a problem with one of my outside lights. Now the one closest to us is working normally. As you can see, when I knock the power on, that one will come on gradually. It's a soft start and it'll go off after a few seconds. Whereas the one in the back comes on instantly and stays on. Day or night, it'll just stay on permanently. Something's not right with it. Here it is removed from its bracket, and you'll see when I switch it on that, as you can see again, it comes on straight away. You may just about see the light indicating here. So at least there's some, this appears to be starting up normally, but the light is coming on straight away. So I think it could be a triac fault. I'm hoping it's a triac fault, because if I can get in there, it'll be a nice easy fix. Let's get a better view of it with the big lights on. Now this is a Steinel L115 S. I did want the Steinel L706 S, which is a nice aluminium downlighter, because I wanted to light the path. Unfortunately, at the time I wanted to order them, they've gone end of life. So all I could get are these uplighters, which cast a big shadow immediately below them. A bit of an odd design decision there. And they're made of plastic rather than aluminium, which is a shame. This ring, which is quite loose, and on some of them it almost falls off. It's only loosely held in place. And this covers the brightness setting, the daylight setting upon which time it switches on, and there's other settings as well. There's the duration, and there's also on the back, that control there adjusts the brightness of when it's off. You can actually have it so it's on quite low and then goes full brightness as soon as someone walks into beam. Nice idea, but I don't use it. Anyway, let's see if it can get inside. Being German, it's got the screw thread, so I've got a 42 watt, I think it's a 42 watt halogen replacement bulb. It takes up to a 60, and because of the soft start, that shouldn't have any effect on the triac. The problem with it may have been my fault, because when I took it down earlier on, the glass top was slightly off to one side and some insects got inside. I think I might have knocked it with a ladder or something and knocked it out and allowed water to ingress, although water will drain back out through those holes. Anyway, let's get this right open. And you can start that by releasing 3 of the clips in there, which snap this in place, and drawing it through like that. And something I've noticed as well straight away is there's moisture on here. That's got wet and caused something to overheat there, melt the plastic. What is melted, I don't know. We'll find out when I figure out how to get this open. It turns out this clips together. You pry it between each of the sets of knobs, and ooh, crikey, what's that? We've got something burnt out there. What on earth is that? Something fell on the floor. It was just one of the wheels. So yeah, like I said, that's a pretty definite failure of the triac, methinks. The rest of the circuit looks intact. That's another one of those. Rest of the circuit looks intact. It looks like we've got the control side there with which is based on a custom Steinel chip, and this is the power side. That's not a relay, that's just a capacitor. Might as well trace this out actually, see what's what. I won't bother tracing the custom stuff down there, but that looks simple enough. And what appeared to have fallen out, I think this is some sort of remnants of an insect which has managed to get in through the back and blow the MOSFET. A replacement has arrived. Now, how RS made a profit on this, I don't know. It was £1 and a penny to buy, free delivery. They've sent it by Parcel Force 24. The invoice is going to arrive separately by post, so I think the post office is going to make more money out of this than RS are. Anyway, that's arrived, and as you can see, I've now fitted it. Nothing else had blown. Now, what I did beforehand to figure out what was going on is I've actually traced out the schematic. So we'll have a quick look at that. And what you've got is, in effect, two circuits. Over on the basically the top right hand section from D3 onwards is generating the low voltage supply for running the PIR sensor itself. And what it appears to do is it'll charge up the reservoir capacitor through the two transistors over on the right until D6, which is a 100 volt Zener diode, starts conducting. At that point it will turn on Q2, which will shut down Q3 and Q4 and stop the voltage climbing any higher on the reservoir capacitor, and it'll do that on one half of each complete main cycle. Over on the other side we've got the Q1, which is what burnt out, and a bunch of diodes which control the power flow through that. And it looks a bit of a mess at first, but when you actually watch the way power flows through this, it's quite interesting, because with Q1 switched off and live as being on the positive half of the cycle, you can see power will get as far as D1, can't reach D2 because D2 is reverse biased, can't go through Q1 because that's turned off, can't go through D4 because that's turned off, can't go through the bulb. In the other direction, if the neutral is on the positive side of the waveform, power will flow through the bulb and come back up through D2. It can't go back through D5, can't go through Q1 because Q1 is switched off, can't go through D1 because it's reverse biased. It's not going to come on. Now with Q1 switched on and live is in the positive of the waveform, power will flow through D1, through Q1, through R10, back around then through D5, and then down through the bulb and back to neutral. If the neutral is on the positive side of the waveform, then power will flow through the bulb, through D2, back through Q1 the same direction as last time, through R10 the same direction as last time, this time coming back up through D4 and into the live. It's interesting to me because although the bulb is getting an AC supply, the power for both halves of the AC cycle still flow in one direction through Q1. It's just circulating a different way through the circuit. Anyway, that's fitted. These are back in place where they fell out. So let's just clip that back together. That's back in place. Put the leads out the back. Let's try and power it up with the bulb in it. That's more like it. It should go off. There we go. Back off. That's better. I've actually sealed this up now. What doesn't help is that these lights, Steinel don't make corner brackets for them, so I've had to fabricate this using a piece of pipe, which is, you can see, it's all filthy with all gunky old mastic, which I need to clean off and do again, and a piece of wood to actually fabricate a corner piece to go on the PVC corner. Makes it look scabby, but it's better than it would have been otherwise. But at least that hole is now sealed, and that hole underneath is also now sealed, which should stop any further ingress of creatures. That's better. Much better. Thanks for watching.